Hi everybody, it's Tracy. It is Thursday, January 4th. It's the first day my kids went back to school after the holiday break. My husband started back to work on Tuesday, and he works second shift, so he usually leaves for work at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And at the moment, he is grocery shopping. Yes, my husband does the grocery shopping. I am not physically able to do it anymore. When he comes home, sometimes it's cutting it close to when he has to leave to go to work, so I'll help put away some things, whatever I'm able to do, but otherwise he puts it all away. And today I should be able to pick up my ketamine. If you look back in my other videos, and I will put a tag somewhere up in here to that video, I am starting ketamine, oral liquid ketamine, to try to help with my chronic pain. And my chronic daily pain conditions include intractable migraines, fibromyalgia, occipital neuralgia, and osteoarthritis. Those are the four that cause me the most significant pain. And my osteoarthritis is in my spine. It's also in my hands and my wrists, but it is more significant in all the facet joints from my neck all the way down to my low back. So it's called facet joint disease when it's in your spine, but it's basically arthritis of the spine joints. So I get injections for that, but they have to alternate, and because I've had a lot of other doctors going on, a lot of other things going on, I'm behind in following back up to get enough injections to help. And usually by the time I get through the 2 or 3 injections in like my neck, it's time to go back down to my low back. And so I'm always going every 2 weeks or so, 2, maybe 3 weeks, I'm always going in and getting more injections, but I'm behind. Have not been for injections since, I think, right before Thanksgiving, if I'm remembering that correctly. So, yeah, all that's hurting. My hands and wrists are hurting. My head. My Fibro Flare is easing, which is good. This morning I got up. I took some stuff when I woke up at my usual, I think it was like 11:30 or 12 last night. I woke up. I'd only slept for like 2-3 hours. Is all that my Ambien and my muscle relaxer will really last. Most people can take an Ambien and they'd be out for 6, 7, 8 hours. I'm lucky if I get 3. And then I start waking up, and the pain wakes me up. So last night, I just took another muscle relaxer, and that helped, and I went back to sleep, and I didn't get up until about 6. So that's good. I still am fatigued because it never goes away, but at least I did get a little bit of sleep, and my fibro, the allodonia where you touch my skin in different spots, that's definitely easing up, and the achiness in general is easing up. Now, whether it's just easing or the 4.5 doses of ketamine that I got a couple weeks ago, is maybe that's working, and had built up a little bit. The ketamine that I'm picking up today is I'm supposed to dose every 8 hours for 2 weeks, and then we'll see. And I am going to ask the hematologist, is it possible for you to do IV ketamine for my anesthesia when you put in my PICC line instead of maybe Propanol or something like that? Can we use ketamine and try to help build up to a therapeutic dose and see if that works? Because I did notice that at least for a few days after my ketamine, my pain level was lower. Like 4 is about as low as I ever really get for overall pain, and it was at about a 4. So when I went to the ER on Christmas or New Year's Eve, I guess it was, it actually wasn't pain related. My blood pressure was low. Now, I had not taken ketamine at that point in 2 days. And of course, by the time I got to the hospital, my blood pressure was back up. So it was only like for 24 hours that it was running low. So I don't know. And I think ketamine's supposed to possibly make your blood pressure run high. I don't know. I don't know what the low blood pressure thing was. But it was interesting and I guess a relief to go to the ER for something other than pain. Briefly, they did a postural test where they laid the bed all the way down, took my blood pressure, had me sit up and dangle feet over the side of the bed, took my blood pressure. Then they had me stand up and they took my blood pressure. The first time they did it, when I stood up, my blood pressure dropped. And I thought, aha, there's a postural something with, your fluids and the blood pressure is not regulating. Well, then they ran a fast bag of fluids. Now, I drink 80 to 90 ounces of water a day. I had been drinking water all day up until the time we left to go to the emergency room. Unfortunately, we sat for 2 hours in the emergency room, and I had no water. And it was another hour that I was back there that I had no water. And so when they gave me fluids, then when I stood up, my blood pressure stayed the same or went up slightly, which is apparently normal. So I guess they considered me dehydrated. I don't know. I left feeling still just as bad as I did. Lightness, dizziness, my chest felt fluttery, even though my heart rate was showing normal. To me, it felt like it was beating faster than what it was on the monitor. There was no answer, which is frustrating, So I'm trying to adjust my mindset a little bit. And even though every day there's always something hurting, there's always something going on, I'm going to try to celebrate and focus a little bit more, at least mention the good and the positive thing from that day. And for today, I am thankful for my husband, who just loves me unconditionally, and he does the grocery shopping, he does the laundry, he will, whatever needs to be doing, he does it, and he works 7 days a week on top of that. So he is phenomenal. I'm very thankful for that, and I know, that I am very blessed to have him. I'm thankful that my fibro pain is, the flare for my fibro flare, the pain from the flare, whatever, is lessening. I still have pain. I'm in pain right now. My pain right now is at a 5. So it's low enough that I'm able to record a video and, be somewhat coherent. I'm thankful for that because, moment by moment that can change. And so I just, at this point I've got to live in the moment. I finally subscribed to CBS All Access so I can see the new Star Trek Discovery series that's only available through their access. And I'm going to start watching that. So hopefully that will brighten my day, and I can catch up on all the other shows I watch on CBS. Criminal Minds and all that. I can watch TV if my migraine pain is not too bad, and if the brightness on the device is not too high. I can watch it, and I can comprehend what I'm watching. But often I cannot even stand the sound, even if it's down low and the brightness turned all the way down, like on an iPad or an iPhone. I can't stand it. So that's the times that I have to usually take a muscle relaxer or something, and maybe something for pain, and take a nap. Because to lay in pain with nothing to occupy your mind but to dwell on the pain drives me crazy. It makes my depression and my anxiety much, much worse. So I have to do something to try to distract me from the pain. That's one of the ways that I deal with the pain. And there's very few things that I can do to distract me because I don't have the cognitive ability to read a book visually. Trying to follow the lines and read the lines of a book makes me dizzy, and then I'm not going to comprehend what I just read. And I love to read books, but when you physically it is difficult, you can't do it, it's frustrating. Audiobooks, I'm more of a visual person. That kind of helps. That's why TV, movies, and things like that are a little bit easier for me, because there's a visual component to it to help, because if I was just listening, I can't stay focused enough or follow the plot line good enough just audibly. I have to have the visual, and it just depends on how my migraine is at that moment as to whether or not I can do that. So, I'm thankful I have options. It's not what I want. It's not what I want my life to be. I would rather work. I would rather be contributing to society in some way, helping my family more. It's very, very frustrating. But I'm thankful at this moment my pain is low. I'm thankful at this moment that my husband is grocery shopping, and we have a home, we have heat, we have food, we have water, we have more than everything that we need, and that I am blessed in that, because there's been times in my life when I did not have those things. So I'm very blessed, I'm very thankful, and today that's what I'm going to choose to focus on, is find at least one good thing. When I post a video, I want to comment in one good positive thing. Even if there's other things that are not so good that I have to talk about, I can always find something to be thankful for. So that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, you have a good day, and I'm going to go back and finish watching my Star Trek show. Have a good day.